Oh, hi. How is everybody? Now try and sit back a little bit. Where are we at? We're here? We're here. Hello. Hi, friends. Hi, Ian. Thank you for the fart command. Wench, how are you? We'll see if I can crochet tonight. My the trainer at the gym wrecked my arms today, and so I'm like probably shaking. Hi! Please send phone. I won't get it back till Monday, Tuesday at the very earliest. I feel like that's how Wench feels, Dragon. Also, hi, Dragon. Logged into Discord when I got home, and so many notifications. See? All the notifications. So I'm just going to preface this, or I'm just going to say this. I'll say a couple of times. We are not raiding anybody tonight. I have to be up super fucking early in the morning because apparently we need to take a group photo at 6:30 in the morning before work. So, I have to get up much earlier than I normally do. Yeah, Dragon. You heard that correctly. We're taking one big group photo of all of the squadrons, and then my commander wants to take a squadron photo. And apparently the PA person was like, the morning time has the best light for photographs. And so now we have to be there at 6:30, which means I have to be there. I have to be at work by like 6:10 so that I can change into my uniform and then drive over to the parade field. I'm honestly, for the picture, I'm just gonna like look completely unamused. Like I'm gonna just look maybe I'll just like deadpan the camera, like look like I have no soul. I want to ruin their photo in the worst way. A full-on resting bitch face, exactly. That. So, yeah, I don't care about you and your stupid photo. Can you quickly make a t-shirt that says they made me wake up too early for this photo? God, I wish. I wish. So, can you tell a lighting difference? Anybody? Does the lighting look a little bit better? I have a ring light now. It looks more even. It's nice, huh? This camera also has like, it like smooths out all of my like freckles. Can you see with the ring light there? Listen, this thing is, I'm not even kidding. I think that it's got knobs on the back of it, but there's a remote that works with it. Let me tell you, I plugged it in and turned it on and I blinded myself. I was like, oh my god, it's so bright. Cause like, I'm gonna turn away, but look. Make it stop. Make it stop, it's so bright. It's so bright. Let me turn the brightness back up just a little. I think, are we was supposed to be. I don't remember where we were at. I think that. I think. Maybe one more. That's good. It's currently 63 out right now. I'm so happy. It's currently 76. Hi, Hershey. How are you? Nice. Dragon, did you order any big twist from Hirschner's today? Well, this camera has kind of like a smoothing effect on it, so I'm doing pretty good. It's today Thursday. Well, I am taking Monday off, so I was gonna say it's day 4 of 12, but I'm actually it's day 4 of 7 days of work straight. Then I will take Monday off, and then I will work 4 more days. Did I? I did. So I couldn't remember which variegated purples I had, or ombre purples I had. I have the purple and black one, and I ordered more of the purple and black one, but that's fine because I ordered a value skein of black, which I don't have, because I want to do a granny cardigan with the purple, do purple and black alternating. The perplexed, yes, that's the one. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. We've got drill this weekend, so it's gonna be kind of like, you know, I'm just not amused anymore. Super close to finishing the projects that I really wanted to finish before starting anything new. Nice. Well, so they have free shipping on all the big twist stuff that ends today. All big twist and KNC. Yeah, so I didn't like go nuts with Big Twist because I still have so much. But I ordered more of the perplexed and a value skein. Yes. Oh shit. Ian's like, hold my yarn. I think it might only be cotton right now, though. Old roomie who moved to England went to the hospital earlier today to be induced. Ian's like, oh my god. They snuck that one in there. Oh, of course I didn't bring the green over here. Here we go. Do I have my scissors? Oy vey. What did I do with my little snips? There's some right there. I thought KNC was gone forever. There's a specific hand-dyed yarn that I was only able to get 2 hanks of, and I really want more. Which, was that from, So Royal? Oh, from KNC. Oh! I didn't know they did hand-dyed. That's really neat. Oh, come on. That's not generating any heat. They had this hand-painted sock yarn. I wanted to make beanies and matching cowls. Oh, welcome back from the ad. Nope, we need to move that down. We need to move that down just a smidge. See now. No, this Cardi has actually been claimed by a viewer. He wants it for his daughter's birthday in October, and I said, okay. Welcome, Aaron. Chrome keeps crashing on you. Oh no. Do you need to like clear your browser or anything? I do that all the time. Dragon, my phone is in my bedroom a lot of the times, and I'm just like, I don't know, I don't have it. I had to hard close it? Oh no. Oh, I hate it when that happens. But because you had two windows open, you lost all the tabs? Weird, because sometimes it'll be like, we restored your last session. Would you like us to open all the tabs? And it'll try. A lot of times I just say no. Lived with a roommate who never knew where her phone or keys were, but you always did. I tend to put my keys in the same place. My phone, just sometimes, like, I'll leave it in the kitchen, or I do that with my water when I'm at home, too. Like, I leave this thing all over the place. Second year, yeah. Maybe, and this is my thought, maybe Chrome is just a little too powerful for, or it takes more resources than your computer can handle, since you said your computer needs to be updated. I wonder if that's the case, because like I have a Microsoft Surface Pro 4, I think, that I got a couple of years ago. It was refurbished, but I tell you, like, I will watch shows on my Surface at work, and that motherfucker gets hot. Like, it gets hot. She moved out. When she moved out to live with her boyfriend, now husband, I was like, now it's his problem. Absolutely. Yeah, so it's probably, there's probably nothing super wrong with Chrome. It's just, it takes more resources than your PC can handle. Yeah, I'll backtrack around the house a lot of times because I'm like, where did I put my phone? I try not to be too attached to it when I'm at home, though. I like to just do other things, but we live and die by our cell phones, so... And really, I don't even use it for calls that much. It's really just to, like, social media. So I don't know if anybody else has had this problem with Instagram, but I made that reel today, and if you haven't seen it, I posted a reel today. And I'd been, like, shit posting to my stories all morning. And so I was like, ooh, let me share my reel. So I go to share my reel to my stories, and it won't upload. It did this exact same thing when I was doing my shop drop. I made a reel for my shop drop, and it would not post to my stories. Like, self-promotion would not post to my stories. But I could share stuff after that, and it would post to my stories just fine. And I'm like, I just need you to work with me. So finally, I think I did it when I got home. I was able to post it. I feel like that's half double crochet size. And finally it posted, but it's like, what do you don't like that I, share my own reels? Is that it? I saw the post, but I didn't notice where I saw it on IG. Gotcha. It was probably the regular post. Because you don't watch stories of people? Yeah, so you probably just saw it came up in your feed that I posted it. Yeah, I don't watch stories or reels or whatever on Facebook either. A lot of the stuff that I post to Instagram does end up posting on my Facebook and Threads, and I don't really mind. I was trying a trending audio thing on TikTok, so I just thought, oh, it's a good opportunity to share something about my shop. The 3D photos trigger the vertigo. Oh, gotcha. Mm. I don't like the 360. Is that what you're talking about? Where like you can pan it 360? I don't like those either. Next ad break, there is an eyeball question in Discord unless the professional in Alabama sees it first. Did you tag her? Yeah, I don't like that one. Oh, they pan vertical? Oh, I think those are the 360 because they can pan vertical and horizontal. You may want to tag her in Discord. She'll respond. I don't know what she's got going on tonight. She might be she might be at a friend's house or something. She doesn't mind being tagged. I am excited though to see what she does with all the glitter and mica powders I sent her. So oh, and that pouch that I did. You mean the glitter she isn't wearing? Yeah. The pouch that I finished on Tuesday for that retirement, I charged them 40 for it and they paid me 50. So I was like, "Oh, that's so nice." They very much do. Yeah, they very much appreciate my work. And it's funny because the one guy who I talk to a lot, he was talking to the guy who was trying to like get this project done, because they didn't want to just hand him a blank, like, you know, we tried to get it embroidered and it just didn't work. Like, they didn't want to do that, and that's when he was like, "Hey, we should go talk to Rachel. She'll have a creative solution. She does stuff like this." And so, yeah, that's when they came to my office and we talked about it. So, and then I saw him, my friend today at work, and I was like, when I retire, you could send people my way. But I like to do things for people that are meaningful. Like retirement gifts, helping with like sewing on stuff for, a retirement gift or a promotion gift or whatever. Like, that's really special to be able to have a hand in that, and to be thought of to participate in that. So I feel just really like humbled that they would ask me, even that like he even remembered that they should ask me for advice. Hi, Mihi. Hi, hello. Gotta make my plate of dinner, then I'll be back. Okay. See you in a few. Oh, that's not what I'm working on tonight. It's fine. It is right there though. I did watch Wicked today. Or I finished watching it. I was watching it the other day. It's on Amazon. For free right now, so... Boy, I missed crocheting stuff like this. Oh, so I came up with an idea for charity stuff. In September, we're doing, we're streaming for Fred Hutch, and it's gonna be, it's like World Cancer Research Week, or Research Day, or whatever, that we're, like, streaming through, in September. And I have a box of, I don't know how many come in it, but it's like Granny Square cards, so it's like Granny Square a day. And I thought if we could do, like, pick a Granny Square. Yeah, so I thought maybe kind of like the affirmation cards. And then I might see if I can work with the people at Fred Hutch to see if I can get like random science or cancer facts, right? Things that Fred Hutch is doing in research. And then each time we get a donation, I read a fact. Making all of my Biddy stripes into granny squares. They were going to be shawls, but I accidentally shorted myself one skein per color. Oh! Well, you know Hirschner's sells those. I don't think they're on sale quite like when Yarnspirations does it, but... And the last time I checked, they didn't have the newest Biddy Stripes colorway, the Christmas one. Whoops. I did one with 4. Listen. We're on a yarn budget. I get it. I understand. I'm on a yarn budget too. Yeah, we gotta branch out and find other yarn goblins. Not that I don't love you all, but we need to find some other yarn goblins that aren't necessarily on a yarn budget that want hand-dyed yarn. Back with food. Welcome back. What's for dinner? Ooh, very nice. That sounds delicious. Tastes kind of like teriyaki chicken takeout. Ooh, well, if the kids like it, you know it's a winner. This is the Wicked themed cardigan. Yeah, this one's already been claimed. I have to make sure that he still wants it. I mean, I'm making it regardless. I've already finished one panel. And so I'm working on this panel. But I have other thoughts of, well, I have other pinks and greens that I plan to put with it, like to do another Wicked inspired cardigan. They're different. They're by the same company, but they're just a little bit different. So, yeah, I've got some plans for some granny cardigans. And there's somebody that I follow that does, like, kind of her main thing is, so Wickedly Handmade, she does granny cardigans, and she does the wild oleander. Like, that's her, besides her hubby doing, like, custom crochet hooks, that's kind of her bread and butter. And she took a pre-order, and she actually has a turnaround time of between 4 to 20 weeks. And I'm like, you know, that's kind of nice that you set that up for yourself. That, like, you're upfront about how long it could possibly take. And that people are cool with that. So, like, maybe one day, yeah, 20 weeks, I know, that's a lot. Set expectations up front, for sure. Yeah, but right now I have bag commissions, so, and one charity win that I need to, that I need to work on. So I've got the charity win first, and then Azathar's bag that's magic themed, then Bookworm's messenger bag, and then I have another friend who wants her own magic messenger bag. So I'm going to be working on a lot of messenger bags. And I am at some point going to make something with the pink ombre and the green ombre from Red Heart for a Wicked something or other. You know, actually I looked, so speaking of the ombre, the Big Twist ombre, they have a green and a pink. So many fun and I'm glad to have, you know, that thing back out, my Juki back out, because that'll be good for bag making. I have, I finished pencil pouches. The next, like, small thing that I'll work on that'll be kind of like palette cleansers between big projects is dice pouches, dice bags. Oh, Dragon's like, wait a second. Full stop. Let me go to Hirschner's and look that up. I noticed that today, but I didn't order any, so. But yeah, I'll do dice pouches in between. Yeah, Perplexed is technically an ombre. I have a weakness for the ombre yarns. Yeah. Listen, I looked at Witch's Potion again and was like, you have enough. Like, you literally have enough, and you didn't do anything with what you bought, so, like, you have enough. Like, you have enough. So, never enough, I know. Mihi, I need to tell you how wild we were last year. Joanne quietly released Halloween yarn. And I really wanted Witch's Potion, which is like purple and green and white and black, right? Very like kind of Beetlejuice. They did not, like, they didn't have the stock to meet the demand of Halloween yarn. And stores were showing that they had it in stock, but stores were so inundated with yarn boxes or boxes of yarn that had come from the warehouse, they didn't have enough staff to unpack them. They didn't know where these were. So last year, when I was in Minnesota in October, we went to the Joanne in Rochester before we went to Texas, and I found all of the skeins in the colorway that Allie wanted, so I bought those, brought those home with me, and then I don't know if we went on the way back or if we made a second trip, but made another trip, and I found the witches. I found a couple of the colorways that I wanted, but not Witch's Potion. And then I found in like Renton. Was it Renton? Yes. That the Renton Joanne had 5 skeins of the colorway that I wanted. So I did a pickup order, and when I landed in Seattle, I drove to Renton to pick up yarn before I came home. I think they were playing D&D on that day. I don't remember what they were doing that day that I got back. Because it was a Saturday. And then I found that the Puyallup location had 8 skeins of that colorway. So I bought all 8 of those and went and picked them up. It was the lengths I went to get those yarns was insane. And like everybody had given up because all of our orders had been canceled so many times. And I was like, nope. Nope, I'm going to find this yarn and we're going to get it. And now 2 of those colorways are available on Hirschner's, which is hilarious, and one of them is the one that I really wanted. So, but there was much anger in the community about that because, yes, people like Christmas, but there are a lot of people who love Halloween, and if you don't stock Halloween yarn early enough and you're not prepared, like, It's just gonna go badly. Found it at one store in Orlando, and the gal at the register told me that the staff bought it all the day it arrived. That's insane. But also, like, when our Joann was closing, they definitely didn't have any of the Halloween yarn. They must not have made enough of those colors, and they just sold out when they sold out. Because I didn't see any when I was going through my Joann, any of the 4 times that I went there. Not crafty related at all, but Spirit Halloween already has their sign up on the building. They use oh my gosh. Is the Big Twist Twinkle soft? Yes. It feels like Big Twist. It feels like value. The tinsel doesn't really add any, like, I mean, if you push down, you can feel a little bit of extra roughness, but like when I just feel it in general, it doesn't feel metallic-y. But if you're really like feeling for it and brushing back and forth, you can kind of feel it, but it's not. I've made beanies with, I have the navy blue one. I made beanies with it. It's why, well, I mean, it is the end of July. It'll be August tomorrow, so but that's so funny that, like, it feels like it shouldn't be August already. But it's so wild that Spirit Halloween has already got their sign up at that. And I know exactly what location you're talking about. Because that's where the old Kmart used to be. Why is it almost August already? I know. I don't know how it happened that way. Like, this last week felt like the longest year ever. This week was like, bam, it's Friday. A sparkly knit shawl with twinkle would be so pretty. Ooh. I like that. Building apartments? Oh, that's gonna be fun. Because you don't have enough traffic right there. Can we put people on notice and say, please don't move here? Stop moving here. Please no more. My friend in Jacksonville posted a photo of the spirit sign at their Joann's. 2 daughters are excited. The artist is not. Oh. Imagine developers caring about traffic. They don't. Everyone needs to stop saying how gorgeous it is here. It's ugly. It really does rain all the time. Yeah. The depression is real. We're depressed all the time. It sucks here. Don't come here. I mean, the traffic really does suck here. I'm not even lying about that. The traffic is terrible. I-5 is the worst. It's so bad. Every morning. I was on my way to the base today for an appointment, and this lady's coming off the Gravelly exit, the Gravelly Lake exit. She's coming on to the highway, like, coming into traffic, trying to get in front of me. I'm definitely doing 60, and she's trying to putt-putt on at 55, and I'm like, come on! Like, gas is on the right, yo! Come on, let's do it! Like, just come on! And it was not happening, and I'm like, and then she, like, waves at me, and I'm like, I'm going to lose my mind. please get on the highway at speed. Please do not putt on there going under the speed limit. Like, gun it, girl, gun it. I know you know how. Your face doesn't match your words, I know. We have a road called the Die For because it's got the highest amount of crashes per mile in the whole country. Yikes. We're in the week 3 of triple digits and 40% humidity to start the morning. I will not hear your whining. My dad yells, you have to be going highway speeds to get on the highway. Facts. Facts. Yeah. When I lived in Oklahoma, I was like, get me out of here. This is terrible. 10 of 10, don't recommend. Like, I give this 0 out of 5 stars. I know what intersection that is. Yeah. I don't even like to merge onto the highway unless I'm going at least the speed limit. For real. Oklahoma heat, then Alabama heat. Yep. I know. I wonder if, like, we could get away with telling people that we don't have AC up here and that you really do need it. And none of the houses have it. I mean, our houses don't have it, obviously. But, I don't know, maybe that'll deter people. AC is expensive to be installed. If your house isn't plumbed for it, AC is expensive. Like, my house is not plumbed for AC or any sort of, like, central system. No AC, no heat, central heat, no central air. So to get AC in this house, and my house is 1,300 square feet, it would be probably $20,000 minimum. I'd have a window unit in every window. See, the problem is, I would love to have an AC unit in here. However, my office and Azathar's office are on the same circuit. And so, only one of us can have an AC unit. And I can't plug my iron in here because I kill both offices, especially if the AC unit is plugged in. Like, we draw too much power in between these two rooms to even consider me having an AC unit. I did at one time. I tried, and we kept popping the circuit breaker over and over and over. So, so we have an AC unit in our bedroom that's on that side of the wall, and the door is open. I have a floor fan in the hallway that's pumping in cooler air, and then his office has one, and we have two, one in the dining room, one in the living room. The two in the living room, the living room, dining room, those are like, they're not in window units. They're, they're stand up. They're on the floor, and they do a really good job, actually. Yeah, irons are really, really powerful. I have 80s wiring, and it pops if you look at it weird. Oh, I love that. That's so funny. Yeah, I think that sunbeam right there pulls like 1,700 watts. So it's... And I think that's the same as the Olisos. The big Olisos pull that much. This shawl looks really good in the ring light. Yeah, irons are a lot. That's more than, yeah. They take a lot. I didn't either. I didn't think they took a lot either until I started blowing our our rooms, taking down the power, and I was like, what is happening? And once you like pop the circuit breaker once you trip that, it becomes increasingly easier to trip it every time you trip it, and so we really had to I had to stop because it just wasn't it's not something we want to risk because we have two really powerful computers. But I have you can't really see it, but I have an extension cord, just a single plug and extension cord that's rated for that iron. Like, it's rated for the amount of power that it needs, and so I plug that into my primary bathroom. That's what I've been told, is that the fuse is more sensitive when you trip it. I don't know how true that is. That's just what I was told. I tend to believe it. No wonder the microwave sets it off every other day. Yeah, that could be it. And really, if you find out what fuse is in there, you could just replace the fuse. Or have someone replace the fuse for you. Just put a new one in. You'd definitely have to shut the circuit off to replace the fuse, but it could be done. That's also why in the summertime, I'm like, it depends on if I'm going to use the iron. Like, we don't do a lot of sewing in the summertime during the week. Wonder if I can convince my dad to do that. He's strong. He can get a little shock. Oh, gosh. I try to do quite a bit of sewing still in the summertime, but I like to sew things that don't require the use of the iron, especially when we're streaming, because it just gets so hot in here and it gets uncomfortable. It'll spice up his life. Yeah. Some spicy home improvement. I like that. I have felt spicy electricity, and it's an odd sensation. What's a little 120 volt shock? Homemade pacemaker, yeah. Put some hair on your chest. Or maybe take some off, I don't know. I avoided the iron in hot weather. That was a tingly night. What? You used to stick paper clips in outlets for fun? You are... How are you still around? This next Frosty is gonna get censored. I don't know. Wench is single-handedly trying to burn down a house. It wasn't me! No, an apartment building. Gotcha. I was very terrible menace of a child. You know, that's self-realization, and I'm proud of you for that. I was also a menace as a child. Actually, I wasn't a menace. I was an asshole. That's really what it was. time when your dad would grab the electric fence and be like, "It isn't on," because he didn't feel a shot, and then I would have one of us kids do it, and we'd get shocked. Oh my gosh. The amount of stuff I did where I should have broken things or been seriously injured, and I've literally never been, is actually wild. That's crazy. We were jumping on the bed once, and I definitely put my hand through a ceiling light. We had one of those. Anybody remember those lights that had it was the glass that just kind of sat, it was screwed in to the fixture, but it was just kind of like a bowl of glass that didn't reach the ceiling? Totally shoved my hand through one of those, broke it on, When I was in high school, I had a towel wrapped up in my hair, and I flipped my hair back, and I flipped the towel into the ceiling fan. I feel like that's the extent of the danger things that I did. As a kid. I mean, I did, climb in trees a lot, play on the monkey bars, played chicken a lot on the monkey bars. Yeah, I remember knocking the wind out of myself on multiple occasions. Danger thing, let's put a pile of pillows on the ground and jump off a second-story balcony onto them. Oh my god. My brother loved to play on top of the car, and one time he rolled off the back. It was an escort wagon, so the height of a Geo Metro maybe, and cracked his head open. Oh my gosh. Get up like nothing happened, do it again. I have seen his brain beans. That's why he makes questionable decisions. He lost some brain beans on that little escapade of his. My mom and her siblings lived way out in the boonies for a while as kids, way out. Grandma worked in town. They were basically left on their own during the days. I'm sure they got up to some hood rat shit. I'm fairly certain that that's what happened. Told them to stay away, and they probably didn't, right? Somebody went in there and caught a water moccasin or something. Yeah. Yep. Makes total sense. My dad and his siblings once all jumped off a barn roof with bed sheets because they thought it would be a parachute. Oh my gosh. Did anybody break a leg? Spoiler alert, that's not how it works. I love it. Nobody broke anything? That's actually quite impressive. To jump off a barn roof. There was an old mine slag heap across from the elementary school, and we'd all ride bikes on the hills. Sounds good. Top bunk of a bunk bed is not high enough for this, my sister's missing front tooth says. How none of us ever ended up in a collapsed mine is a mystery. Oh my gosh. I mean, do you ever... I'm sure every single one of you remember doing this. If not doing this to someone else, having it done to you. The double bounce on a trampoline. Anybody ever remember the double bounce? Where you launch somebody way up in the air on a trampoline, and that's how people get caught in between the springs and shit. or like off the trampoline. God, we used to do that so much. The double bounce was wild. I have been double bounced. I used to double bounce people. So, just not for me because I was tiny. I would have gotten lost in the atmosphere. That's hilarious. I have never been on a trampoline now that I think about it. Really? My brother was 4-ish and in the car with my dad decided he didn't want to be in the car anymore, just opened the door and bounced out on the interstate, you know. I don't feel like paying your bye. He still doesn't know how he even reached the handle. Kids can do a lot when they want to. Oh, how much did that hurt, Hershey? This is why my car had the child lock on until my child was like 15. That's fair. I do think so my parents had like a Pontiac Grand Am when I was a kid, when I was younger, and it was a 2-door. And I remember distinctly we were on the road and I pulled the handle and the door opened. And one of them was like, "Oh my God," and they like pulled the door shut. Might have been my mom. I don't know. Not as bad as you think, but I used to walk barefoot everywhere. Same. I couldn't walk barefoot on gravel. I would crumple into a million pieces if I had to do that. I was a card opener as a child. Child lock until I was 10. That's funny. We were both in junior high. That's funny. She could stand on a blacktop in the high of summer or pointy gravel or thistle and feel nothing. Same. I used to be the same way. I used to be a barefoot literally everywhere. I could step on those little sticker things and not be a thing. Now? Nope, that's torture. I remember those, the swings at the playground that had they were the chain, the big metal swing sets with the chain, and then they had like the rubber little seat. And you used to get as high as you possibly could and then launch yourself off. My knees could never. My knees could never. I can't even walk on my house floors without socks at least anymore. My feet have gotten so weak. Barefoot everywhere, no matter what. My knees could never. These knees now? No. Just seeing you write it and knowing probably how much you're laughing with me is like, it's gold. It's gold. It's pure gold. I am barefoot most of the time in the house. In the wintertime, I wear socks. I gotta pee. Okay. I hope Frosty picks up on the my knees could never. I really hope he does, because we have an ad coming in about a minute and a half. Oh, I love it. I will wear my slippers in the winter. Last winter it got so cold I was pushed to wear socks in the house. Oh. I hate socks with a passion. Loathe. Loathe entirely. Yeah, I don't wear no shoes in the house for me. I like big, like, thick, warm socks in the wintertime. Wear them with, like, leggings and a big t-shirt or, like, a big sweatshirt. Love it. Just love it. Nope, my toesies are bare right now. Because it's hot. I was just about to comment and be like, God, how much longer is this going to take to get to the end of this row? And it's right here. So we're not at the end of the green. We have one more round of green to go. Had to wear socks to go to the gym today? Yeah, this is green. Oh, does it look blue? Oh boy. Now a verse from our collective tale in the chat where shocks and laughs collide, childhood tales of daring and pride. From barn roof jumps to creekside swims, barefoot adventures on a whim. Socks are loathed, slippers adored, crafting stitches, tunes in accord. Granny Cardigan Night, join the spree. Okay, Frosty, you could have done better. We gave you so much content. So much content. Yeah, so it's green and pink. Imagine not mentioning the knees. I know. I'm disappointed. I always wear socks with my shoes, unless they're like, sandals or flip-flops. It's teal and chartreuse. This is gonna be like that dress thing that people were arguing about online several years ago. Right? It's true. Mint and baby pink. If you look at it, do you hear Yanni or Laurel? You guys are too much. Too much. I'm planning on doing some yarn dyeing on Monday since I'll be home on Monday. Actually, I did think about doing some yarn dyeing Friday, but I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow after work at 6, and so I just think it'll be too late to dye yarn on Friday. But maybe I'll dye yarn on Saturday after work, because then I can wash it out on Monday. I think the heat is making us delirious because we're having way too much fun. I'm here for it. I am 100% here for it. We've gone loopy. I'm always loopy when I'm crocheting. Ha 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 ha. But it's gonna be like in the 70s next week. So you said you saw Wicked today. Yeah, so I've seen it in theaters. I've seen the movie. I think this was my third or fourth time watching it. Jonathan Bailey. Was he the one that played the prince? Has to be. He's in Bridgerton. Did you know that? Fiero, yeah. Yeah, he's in Bridgerton on Netflix. And Bridgerton is... Their next season is coming out at the end of the year? Yeah. He's yummy. He's very yummy. Maybe it is next year. I don't know. We do like to do Bridgerton watch parties in Discord, though. I think we've watched Bridgerton, what, maybe once or twice through in Discord? Like, when we do our, like, crafty Saturdays. Stranger Things is in December. It's okay. We can read Taiwanese. In the words of Titch, I can read through Taiwanese. We are fluent. I just need him to come to Southwest Orlando so that he can run into me at the store or something. I mean, thoughts and prayers. Ian, you said you don't ever work with fingering weight yarn, right? Because I think the Tencel I have is fingering weight. Oh, you hate it? Oh no. See, this was like, I don't really work with 3-weight yarn, so I was like, gosh, this is so thin. But then I have this, which I recently dyed, and this is fingering, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so thin. Like, so thin. I still love this colorway, though. This colorway is just magical. It's literally sewing thread. Like, yeah, it's real thin. But this, so this is supposed to be like a DK weight, but it feels, it's so soft, and it feels like it could be kind of like a small 4. No, it's Iran weight. But this is like super soft. Like, you just want to pet it soft. Allie has some of this. And she is going to tell me what she thinks of it. But if Knitpicks can get their 100% cotton worsted weight in, I feel like that's going to be the winner for a lot of people, because a lot of people use worsted weight. My first roommate in college was crocheting herself a shirt with yarn that looked a little thicker than thread. So tiny, yeah. Oh, so Ian, I have a question about like mini skeins, because I would consider doing mini skeins. But I'm wondering, like, would it be something that maybe we would do like an advent, like we would do like 12 days of Christmas, and maybe it would be like Christmas themed yarn, or like, I don't really know. I've never worked with minis myself, because a lot of times when minis come out for a project, it's all yarn dyers that use wool, and I don't use wool. So I've never participated in anything. The diehard fancy-ass knitters and crocheters use fingering weight for everything, and it's like, why do you torturing yourself? I don't know. Maybe that's their kink. Who knows? Minis are usually for advents or sock contrast gains or fade sets. It's a yarn term. Yeah, I went ahead and permitted it. It's well, AutoMod doesn't usually mod. If you're a mod yourself, I don't think AutoMod gets you. That cloud cake yarn. Oh, like this. This is from a cloud cake. Every once in a while it finds someone to pick on, and then they retrain AutoMod to just relax. That it's fine. Yeah, I got a couple of cloud cakes that I brought home from Michael's a couple of weeks ago that were in a colorway that I hadn't seen in stores, and so I grabbed 2 of those. Big Twist is actually very wool-like, is it? If you put it in a hank unlabeled, you would assume it was wool. Oh! All my collected Hanukkah and summer skeins from Chemnitz are going to be used for a project that I may never start. From a designer who creates hexi afghans. 1 year all the designs are based off flowers. Oh. Wow. Well, maybe I'll consider doing an advent. Well, I'll do like a mini skein thing maybe next year. I don't know that I'd have time to do one for Christmas since it's already July. I probably would have to ask So Royal when she plans her advents, like how she does it. But you know what would be fun, Ian? Is if So Royal and I did like an advent collab where we did the same colors, but I offered cotton and she offered wool, and you could have the choice. You could do like, you would still have the same colors, but you could get it in either. I'll have to reach out to her though and see how she feels about it. I'd get both. It could be fun though. That could be a fun idea. I'd have to experiment. Like, I loved her, like, Lisa Frank-inspired minis that she just did for Christmas in July. But I'd wonder how I'd get kind of that same effect. You know what I mean? I'd probably have to, like, do the brights and then splash in black. Like, have the brights sit for a full day. Boy, I thought my arms were gonna be like toast tonight. They're probably gonna be... I'll feel it Saturday for sure. Me. They still look like arms. I'm trying to... Okay, there we go. I was trying to stop raids. I just looked at the time and... so I said this at the beginning of stream, but for anybody who didn't hear it, when I said this at the beginning, when I end stream at 8, I'm ending stream at 8. We're not raiding anybody, and it's mainly because I definitely have to get off and get ready for bed. I have to be up much earlier tomorrow than I normally would because we're taking work photos in the morning, and they've decided that we have to be there. I have to be at work by 6:15. I have to be at the location of where the photos are at 6:30. And I have to get to work earlier than that because I leave my uniform at work, so I have to be there about 6. Yeah, Mihi, I'm like, seriously? We're taking like the group photo with all of the squadrons, and then the commander was like, I think we should do a squadron photo. And I'm like, I hate you. So my alarm is set for 4:15. Azithar is going to also do a wake up. He's gonna... He leaves. I don't really know what time he leaves because I'm, you know, dead to the world. But he's gonna wake me up when he leaves too. So if he leaves before my alarm goes off, then he should be easy to make sure I'm up. But also because I'm using that dental device to help me not snore. I've been sleeping much better and waking up much more well rested. So that just means I'm getting up without snoozing my alarm, but I just have to make sure that I have everything ready to go tomorrow before I leave the house. I will be working out at lunch, so I just have to make sure that I have everything ready to go. Monday is going to be a busy day. We are meeting... So Brutus has his nails... He's being... he's having the groomer come over, or I scheduled the groomer to come over and do his nails in the morning. And then in the evening, we're meeting a new dog sitter. Our normal dog sitter, we love her, but she is so wonderful that she has so many clients that book her up, and she's not available for our October trip. So I was like, you know, I got on to Rover and I just looked at getting someone new. And so she's coming over. She's coming over Monday night to meet Brutus. You may have done something. That means somebody ordered some yarn from Hirschner's. That's what I hear. Witch's Brew will finally be mine. Listen, I'm not judging. If I didn't already have... If I didn't already have, like, 13 skeins of it, I would get more. I feel like that's too... Oh, that's way too far out. Way too far. I wish they had an affiliate program. Okay, how did that happen? Yeah, I mean, I like Premier, but I don't buy their yarn often enough to feel like I would be someone that would be a good candidate to be an affiliate. You know what I mean? I use their yarn, but I don't use it enough. Okay, I feel like that's a better placement. We'll see. Oh yeah, that's good. That's also a thing, yeah. Like, I'm a big fan of when, like, Hirschner's does free shipping. Really? Well, does she have a lot of followers on her socials? Because that's the thing that I'm coming up against right now is that, like, I don't have a ton of followers on Instagram. I have less than 50 followers on TikTok. The engagement currently is not there. They don't even have a spend this much, get it free. Right. Hand-dyed yarn is different. Well, so I have a set price for my hand-dyed yarn. You're already spending, you know, you're spending enough on yarn that, like, you get reduced shipping or free shipping depending on how much you want to spend. Oh, that's nice that they automatically applied the coupon for you. I did, so I added like the yarn caking as a free service, and I'm wondering if I should like charge $1 or $2 for that. To a week, yeah. See, and I don't have the time. I'd literally have to cut out a stream to be able to do content. $0.69. Nice. I mean, I do offer free shipping at $69, so. And I set that specifically because 3 of the skeins that are $23, that will get you to 69. So if you do that, you get free shipping. Because again, if you're buying 3 or 4 skeins of yarn, hand-dyed yarn, you're already paying yarn store prices. Almost. I don't charge big yarn store prices because I still want to pay myself a wage, but I also want to make it accessible, you know? I feel like everybody should, if they have the funds and they want to, I feel like everybody should be able to buy hand-dyed yarn if they want to. You can try and start doing some videos, like once you get the... Yeah, for sure. Because I did order... I do have the perplexed ombre. I do have perplexed here in the house, so when I get that, I can compare that. And then I don't have the value or the pound plus in black in the house, but I have other pound plus skeins here. Yes, yeah, that's true. And I just need to prioritize instead of like playing The Sims on Sunday all day. I need to prioritize making content because I could kick out content if I like just set a day to do it and like schedule stuff to go out. I did record that stream, so I just have to edit that down. And again, that just takes time. I feel like I don't know how to make thumbnails though. Like good thumbnails. So the Hirschner's specs, right? This is, yeah, worsted specs. That's what I'm using. I would say this is comparable to like Red Heart. I feel like it might be a little bit softer than Red Heart. Yeah, Super Saver. It's definitely not as scratchy as like OG Super Saver. It would help if work didn't screw up your... Yeah, I know. I know. Monday was my day. Monday was my day to do things. So I might be doing... Now that I have my ring light, I might do some recording like of like making yarn. I might do like a TikTok live. I don't know. Or I might just record the process of dyeing cotton yarn. Put the camera on B for 20 minutes, you'll explode. That's funny. Gotta go because 5 a.m. is gonna come quick, and you still have, yep, love your faces, hail hydrate. It's all ice. Sleep well. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Happy Friday Eve. Okay, I love your face too. Go to bed. See you later. You actually have to say goodbye because you're on a desktop. You don't have your phone to take to bed with you. $10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Oh, Ian. That's awful. Gosh, I wish I didn't have drill, because it would be fun to just hang out in Discord. Statement day. Azathar has basically starting September 4th, because that's when school goes back here. He will be like working 12-hour shifts for at least the first probably week or two. When he first started, it was like the whole month of September he was on 12-hour shifts. But that came with, overtime. No, he's a dispatcher for the school district, a transportation dispatcher. So he dispatches all the buses for our school district. And so he has to be there at like 4:30 in the morning, because I think routes traditionally start around 5 or 5:15. Maybe 5:30. But he goes in and like he's the first person to like check the voicemail to see if anybody called out and if there's anything that needs to be done. Um, and they always say, you know, you need to have your kids registered by a certain date of the summer, or there's a potential that they won't get a bus. And there's always people who are like, well, we didn't register our student, or the schools didn't do something they were supposed to do, and so it creates more work for them. So it's just a thing. Or like routes get messed up and he has to move kids around. I think he said he has 3,000 gen ed students that he routes. So something a few days ago, statement from someone high up with the IRS, maybe the new guy in charge now, said IRS probably won't be accepting returns until President's Day this upcoming tax season. So wait, we won't be able to start filing until February? Because I think President's Day is in February. Yeah, I'm not really looking to find out. I'm not looking forward to finding out how much my taxes are changing. Well, Ian, you hang around here long enough, and you might start doing them earlier, because Dragon is a tax person, and Wench and Aaron also work in forms of employment that have, to do with taxes. And tax season comes, and there's a lot of like, don't wait till the end. Like, reminder, this is the last day to file your taxes. There's a lot of tax talk during tax season, so. It took me months to find all my yarn receipts. Yeah, I started keeping like a Google spreadsheet of like my receipts. They're going to be arguing with you. Yeah, I mean, I know that taxes are changing. So, and I think my tax rate might be going up because of where I sit in my income. But I'm only an assistant, so the actual accountants are so busy with taxes that I get left alone for 2 months. That's nice. Same, Hershey, same. Two months in, you forgot it existed. Well, you can always add to it. Like, I don't even want to know for this year, because Joanne going out of business. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. Well, I feel like I'm kind of at the point of this cardigan where it feels like I'm making no progress, even though I'm making progress because we're at the point where it's getting to be quite large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I will finish. So for this cardigan, I have, I do 8 sections. So I'll have 2 more rows of pink on top of this, and then 3 more rows of green, and then that will be the size that we're gonna do. And then I will seam the back, and then I will make the sleeves, and then I will do I'll do the I'll sew up the back. So has her own business at home, and for their taxes, she has to log every client all year long. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get a couple more granny clusters in, and then we're gonna call it a stream and call it a week. And I'll be back streaming next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I do need to plan a weekend stream where we do a pie in the face, because that was a redemption, or that was a milestone we hit for Fred Hutch, so I owe you guys a pie in the face stream. IRS is like, you spent that much on yarn? Like, listen, don't question. Don't question, just know that yarn costs that much. There's gotta be crocheters at the IRS that are like, listen, that's accurate. The big thing with my purchases this year is that Joanne is now out of business, so there's no logging in to get digital receipts anymore. You add it to your inventory. I know. But, like, can you imagine, like, somebody at the IRS looking at, like, what a small business is spending on yarn, especially this year since Joanne went out of business, and they're like, we need to see the receipts for that. And they're like, no, you don't. That's accurate. That's how much... They're not lying about how much they spent in yarn. That may seem like an extravagant number to anybody else, but to crafters, we know. Yeah, it's a process on doing it properly. I said I was going to go a couple more granny clusters, and look at me, I'm coming around to finish the row. It's fine. It's fine. It's not 8 yet. Now it is. All right, so I'm joining the row and we're done. Calling it a stream. So there's this other panel. I'm gonna set that to the side. I knew I used a size 6 hook, but I was like, gee, I hope I remember what hook size I used with this. And oddly enough, the hook was in the project. So I was like, hey, look at me being smart. That's why I have 1,000,000 6mm hooks. There'll be more delays, yeah. All right, so I won't be streaming until next Tuesday. I'll be working. Follow the socials if you aren't, and just if you're in the Discord, look for the schedule in Discord. I may not post that Sunday. I might post that Monday. It just depends on how I feel on Sunday after I get home from the picnic. Yeah, so thanks for being here. Thanks for lurking. Stay hydrated. Sleep well if you're going to bed. Find somebody to support on Twitch if you are not going to bed. And I will see you next week. Bye.